except going eating and sleeping and helping Pop with that extra work that Jim used to do. Oh yeah, and we hang a service flag up in our front room window. We clean the windows first so it'll show real good. And then at nights, we'd read Jim's letters. They were swell. All about sights he'd seen, places he'd been to, and mountains he'd come as easy as apple pie. That is, we heard from him till the night before war was declared. Me and Pop sat up all night that night, listening to the radio, and talking, mostly about Jim. We didn't hear any more from Jim after that. Then, just yesterday, Mr. Sims, he was the station agent. He came out with a telegram. Pop took him to the house. I was following right behind him. And whenever he opened it, he just stood there. And when he read it, it was just like he died. His eyes and his face dying with it. After a while, it slipped out of his fingers. And I picked it up and read it over and over again. After a while, I said, Pop, I'm going away to fight. I'm going away to finish what Jim started. No, I don't think Pop heard me. When I left, he was just standing there, staring at the big star on the service flag. And then Mr. Sims, he said, Now, you're too big a boy to cry. And I said, ain't nobody too big to cry. If what you're crying about is big enough. And now I'm here, sir. And don't you see, I just gotta join the Army. I gotta finish what Jim started. I gotta fight till everybody else in the world stops fighting and people all over the world are happy again. That was what Jim was aiming to do. But Jim only got as far as Pearl Harbor.
A mental illness can be devastating to a family. Sometimes the family members of the mentally ill must hang on to the good memories forever. Silver Water by Amy Bloom. Rose had her first psychotic break when she was 15. She was in hospitals for the next 10 years. Our best family therapist was Dr. Thorne. Rose moved in to a halfway house. Rose would still go off from time to time, and the voices would tell her to do bad things. But Dr. Thorne, or my mother, could usually bring her back. After 5 good years, Dr. Thorne died. Rose held on tight for 7 days. She took her meds and rearranged her room about 100 times. Then, Rose stopped taking her meds, and the halfway house wouldn't keep her after she pitched another patient down the stairs. My father called the insurance company and found out that Rose's new, improved psychiatric coverage wouldn't begin for 45 days. I put all of her stuff into a garbage bag, and we walked out of the halfway house. No meds, Rose said. Rosie, do you want to drive the new car? My mother asked. Rose's face lit careful not to heat up Rose's paranoia. "You got yourself a deal, darling." I was living about an hour away then, teaching English. I went home every few days for dinner. I came on one Sunday in the early afternoon to help my father garden. It was something we had always enjoyed together. Mother and Rose were down at the lake. I didn't even get into the house until 4, when I saw that someone had broken the piano bench into 5 neatly stacked pieces and placed them where the piano bench usually was. We were having such a nice time. I couldn't bear to bring it up, my father said, standing in the doorway. "What did Mommy say?" "She said, better the bench than the piano. And your sister? She just lay down on the floor and wept. Then your mother took her down to the lake." This can't go on, Vi. We have 27 days left. Your mother gets no sleep because Rose doesn't sleep. And if I could just pay the $27,000 to keep her in the hospital until the insurance takes over, I would do it. He went back out to the garden, and I stayed inside until Rose and my mother came home from the lake. My mother kissed me lightly and told Rose to go up to her room and change out of her wet pants. Rose's eyes grew very wide. "Never! I will never!" She began banging her head with rhythmic intensity against the kitchen floor, throwing all of her weight behind each attack. My mother put her arms around Rose's waist and tried to hold her back. Rose shook her off, not even looking around to see what was slowing her down. My mother crumpled next to the refrigerator. "Violet, Violet, please." I threw myself onto the kitchen floor, becoming the spot that Rose was smacking her head against. She stopped, a fraction of an inch short of my stomach. "Oh, Vi, Mommy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, don't hate me." She staggered to her feet and ran, wailing, to her room. At dinner, Rose would barely eat, and she hummed the McDonald's theme song over and over again, pausing only to spill her juice down the front of her shirt and began weeping. My father looked at my mother and handed Rose his napkin. She dabbed at herself, and the tears stopped. "I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed and be in my bed and just wear red, for red is the color the baby wore. And once more, it is true. Yes, it is true. Oh, please, please don't wear red tonight, for red is the color." "Okay, okay, Rose, it's okay. I'll go upstairs with you, and you can get ready for bed. Then Mommy will come up, and she will say goodnight too. It's okay, Rose." I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I went down the hall and looked into Rose's room for no reason. She wasn't there. I could feel her absence. I went outside and saw her footprints darkening the grass into the woods. "Rosie? Rosie, it's me. Are you there? Are you all right?" I almost fell over her, huge and white in the moonlight. Her head was flung back. "Rosie, Rosie!" Her breathing was very slow. "Closing time," she whispered. I believe that's what she said. I sat with her, uncovering the bottle of white pills by her hand, and watched the stars fade. The day of the
you die, you turn away from a world you've always known and begin the long, slow walk into the next place. And behind you, everyone you left is taking a step deeper into their new world. A voice from eternity, Jeremiah, and a voice from earth, Ellie, come to terms with their new lives without each other. Behind You by Jacqueline Woodson. You do not die. Your soul steps out of your body and shakes itself hard because it's been carrying the weight of your heavy skin for 17 years. Your soul sees this and feels something beyond sadness, feels its whole self whispering further and further away. Already, you can hear your mother screaming. Already, you see your father, head in his hands, helpless. Already, you see your friends walking down the halls of Percy Academy, stunned. But you do not die. Your soul, it breathes. And you taste those tastes you love, like peppermint and rain. And that's when your soul becomes you all over again, only lighter and freer and able to be 1,001 places at once. You see, you do not die. Each breath your soul takes is cool and reminds you of a taste you loved a long time ago. Your new soul eyes look around. They see 2 cops standing over in the distance. Your soul realizes it's in a park and there are trees all around you. And both of those cops look scared. One cop curses and kicks a tree. The other just stands there, motionless. He's dead, one cop says, and the other curses again. Your soul doesn't like the way this curse word sounds. It's too harsh, too heavy for this new soul-light air. Your soul realizes in front of those cops is a dead body on the ground. Your soul moves over to the body and stoops beside it. Your soul looks at this body. Your soul knows this is Jeremiah Roseland. His friends called him Maya. He's tall, dark, young. This little boy is not the man those cops had been looking for. They got the wrong guy. Your soul looks at this body and thinks, someone loved this boy once. Thinks, this boy was once me. The wind blows the snow left, right, and up. You move up with that wind and that snow. You lift up over that world of hatred and anger and fear, but also over that world of first kisses and someone you're falling in love with. Do you see over there? Do you see her? Look closely. She's right there. Do you see her? That's Ellie. That's my Ellie. For a long time after Maya died, so many people couldn't sleep. At night, we just lay in our bed wherever we were, watching the way night fell outside our window. I was in a 2-bedroom house on the Upper West Side. Not a house, a duplex apartment in a fancy building with a doorman and everything. My father's a doctor. My mother stays at home. I go to Percy Academy. Some days, I walk down the halls of Percy Academy